It's time for another musical interlude. Let's get started. Talking with people with music in their genes, their blood, and in their soul. You are watching Musical Interlude. Hey, it is time for another episode of Musical Interlude. I am your host, Casey Bell, and Jyrice is here with me today. He talks about his musical journey in the music industry as well as his latest single, Again. Let's listen in on our interview. When did you first find out you had skills in music?
Well, I would say when I first discovered that I had musical talent was when I was younger. It's not so much as discovery of talent because I feel like art and talent encompass beauty. So it's pretty much contingent on how we feel about something. So it was just more of the liking of it. Like when I was younger, my mom used to always sing and have music playing a lot, and it was just something that I gravitated towards. Me wanting to sing, me wanting to go over my grandma's house and play on her keyboard, her piano that she had, and it was just that notion of hearing music and being surrounding about around things that have musical elements to it.
I know a lot of people with great talent who, I went to high school with them,
Right.
and their aspiration was to blah, 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 blah. And they were great. They were really great. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but they're not out there doing their thing. And that happens with a lot of people, whether it's publishing a book, whether it's whatever. So what caused you to do it, to just do it?
I think it's the whole thing about your drive, your passion, what moves you. Music is one of those things that settles me, that finds me peace. Um, so I'm comfortable when I'm doing music. Of course, I did the military thing, and which took me away from that aspect of music and that whole career path of music. But at the same time, there are still elements of it where the people I met and came around, I still actually did music with them because there's a lot of other artists that's actually in the military that's making money trying to pursue their career. And that was the same thing for me. I went that path to actually do something that was bigger than myself, but at the same time to procure the resources necessary to do the things I wanted to do in music. So it's just all about your drive. And if it's still in you, then go for it, regardless of your age or your limit. Like I said, it's beauty and we all perceive it differently. So someone's going to like what you put out.
When did you officially start? When did you decide to officially start? And what did you do? Did you know? Did you have to research anything, or did you already know the steps you needed to take?
Well, I would say starting I was so many dates that comes to my mind really when it comes to the start of music, but I officially note that it was 200, 2000, well, year 2000. That's what I really note as my official start date for Jyrice as in music, because before it was all about artistry, just actually helping other artists, listening to other artists and being a part of that and being part of their development. Because at an early age, I was actually doing computer design. I was into computers a lot, and I wanted to make this website, which was called Upcoming Stars, where what it was, tripod.com was out. And so I had an upcomingstars.tripod.com website. And I would actually contact other artists and say, hey, can I make your website for you? Hey, can I do this design for you that you could put on your MySpace page? It was just that whole collaborative thing because I wanted to own my own recording studio, but at the same time be a part of boosting other people's careers and helping them find their path and their image. So that's what it was. But I kind of felt like I had to move in the path of being an artist so people actually could see what I can do with an artist, for them to believe my vision of being everything, or I guess in the sense of management and the recording studio.
During your process, was there any shocks or surprises of being in the industry? Things you didn't realize you had to do, things you didn't realize you had to know?
I think every day is going to be a shock and if you're not expecting it. I'm optimistic about everything, so nothing really shocks me. I've seen a lot, done a lot, so not really. I'm just open to it, and even if it's a bad day, I'm still optimistic that that bad day will turn into something positive. I roll with the punches.
Is Jyrice your birth name or a stage name?
Jyrice is a stage name. My real
Okay.
name is Steven Rogers. My middle name is starts with J. So I do claim it as my middle name now, but of course it's not my real middle name. So of course on social media you might see Steven Jyrice Rogers are different things. I do go by Jyrice a lot more than I go by my real name because of the artistry portion of it. But I do kind of try like to separate the two in a sense.
Understood.
Steven, the business person, and then Jyrice, the fun, the music person. Yeah.
It's definitely when I first saw the name, I was like, I like that name. I wonder if that was given to him or he chose it. Um, so let's talk about again, what was the inspiration or who was the inspiration in writing that song?
I would say just relationships in general, and also friends relationships, family relationships. It wasn't necessarily just one particular person. It was just the whole aspect of memory playing off because, I've been in situations with someone that I really cared about and, they didn't really feel the same way I felt. They would lie to me about certain things and I knew it really hurted me. And so that's where the concept of the song comes. It plays off of the whole element of, I guess, being stabbed and bleeding out, but at the same time, it's actually wordplay that, words can actually hurt you. Because you often hear people say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But you think about it, yes, it does. It really hurts you a lot sometimes, especially if you really claim to love someone and feel something from, like, it really tugs at you. And you sometimes find yourself hurting on the ground crying.
Is this single just a single at the moment, or is it a part of a whole album?
Well, it's actually part of a whole EP that I put out on the 27th. It's been something that's been long waiting to be released because actually it started in 2016, to be honest. It was supposed to be released back then. But because of, I guess, the whole transition for me going from the military to deciding whether I wanted to finish my education and everything. So I was just juggling a lot to try to find my path to make sure I had enough knowledge to actually challenge the music industry and the corporate industry when I do try to pursue both sides of the business as an artist and also owning my own business. So of course I have my master's degree now, so I don't I don't actually look at it as a negative that I took that break because I have a master's in project management, human resources, and I'm also going for my doctoral degree in project management as well. So, yeah.
I'm assuming the degree was very, very helpful in what you're doing right now, correct?
Right, exactly. Because as an artist, sometimes you have to look, well, really and truly, you do look at yourself as a business and project management when it comes to your music, time, resources, procurement, everything. It all plays a part. And I think that's was one of my drives for education to make sure that I was solid in that aspect of it, my viewpoint mentally when it comes to that I do have that business etiquette, but at the same time, I still have that artistry that contributes to it.
Any advice to anyone out there who is considering? I mean, people think that now is the time to sit back and do nothing and wait until blah, 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 blah. But I believe this is the perfect time to start that dream that people may have had a lot of fear not doing. So, do you have any advice or encouragement you can give to those who are thinking about the music industry?
Right, right. I just like you said, right now is the perfect time. Of course, we're going through this pandemic, but I say to everybody, just be resilient in what you do. Be strong and look at this as a great opportunity to get your music out there, your talent, your art, whatever it is out there. Because a lot of people are sitting at home right now. They're not going anywhere, and they're looking for forms of entertainment. They're trying to discover a new artist. They're sitting at home ordering stuff. They're not going really out. Media is big right now. Television is really big right now. Music element is very big right now. So pursue it. And just like I said, it's all about beauty and what is beauty and what is art. It's something that's perceived diversely depending on the person. So just like I said, whatever talent you have, whatever level it is, the uniqueness of it is going to actually be displayed and be projected. And someone's going to hear it and they're going to love it.
All right. So my last question for you today is a fun question. I give this question to almost everyone I interview. So you can pretend you have a fairy godmother and she says, give me a name. And when you say that name, now this person can be dead or they can be alive.
Right.
You will end up in a recording studio collaborating, whether you're writing, whether you're composing, whatever the case may be. But you're going to be working on a single or even an album with this person. Who it is? Who is it and why?
Thinking about that question, there's so many names that would come to my mind, especially, people that the long gone greats, but at the same time, their music is still prevalent right now. Like, say, Whitney Houston, who doesn't want to do something with her? But of course, I have to be real about it, be serious about this, that, she actually was wonderful. And I know for a fact that I'm not on her level when it comes to music. So I would not actually choose her in a sense. But there's other artists that I feel that are doing great things right now. And I could use their platform to get my music and my message out there because they're doing certain things. I think as an artist, when it comes to collaborations, it's not only the sound that they're producing that should resonate to you, but it's also what they're doing in the world. So like your mindsets should link. So just like an art like Beyonce and Rihanna, they're actually doing like social things, like, So I think right now, musically, I would want Rihanna to get back in the studio and do something with her. She does a lot. Especially with the diamond ball and everything, and her music is always fun. And she's like a chameleon, she molds into different things. And I definitely want to learn something from that,
Mm-hmm.
No one's here to pull the knife out. It hurts, it stings. I wanna scream, but I'm just bleeding now, right now, waiting for you to say those words you said to me again.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today on Musical Interlude. I'd like to thank you, the audience, for taking the time to watch, and our guests today, Jyrice. Thank you so much. Have a great day.